Hello everyone, it's QuestQuenchers here. This is a bit of an unscripted video, so I'm just going to go off what I want to say. So basically I wanted to talk about Starfield and what I'm going to play as and what am I expecting from like the opening and stuff like that. So I'm guessing you get to be on a mining colony, you touch this rock, and you end up having a bad dream, and then you have a character customization. I'm hoping that we get some like Mass Effect intro, like some sequence of text sort of describing what on earth is this place about. Can we have some context to our situation, how we got here and stuff like that? Hopefully they explain it. Mainly I want them to explain the lore, sort of what's happened, why, like, I think they said, oh, you'll go to the Sol system and visit Earth or Mars, and then you'll get an explanation of what's happened there. But just going in sort of blindly without a explanation of what's going on in a sci-fi kind of game is a bit off-putting. Because Mass Effect, we still had all that, text and stuff when we went into the game. So we kind of got like, oh, okay, so this is a really high sci-fi kind of game, whereas Starfield it still looks very grounded, but it's clearly sci-fi. You can space travel, there's clearly high tech that's going on, and I just want to know a little bit more about the context of where we are going into. And it's, from sort of the marketing and stuff, I really don't know what we're going to be doing in this game. We're going to be exploring, but exploring on its own isn't that fun. I mean, sometimes it can get boring unless unless they really made the random generation, or there are some really good places to explore that things happen and you get a lot of side quests and stuff, as you do usually in like the open world games. But I want to know more about what we're doing, and I haven't had enough context of what we're doing just yet for the game. I'm still going to be playing it on, early access release and stuff, because I think it'd be great for my channel, and I really want to play this game, to be honest. But it's like, I want to know more, because there isn't, I don't know what's happening. There's an alien artifact, there's all these factions. Where do we fit in and what do we do? That's what I kind of want to know. Like, what I'm hoping it's sort of before the release of Starfield, we get some footage of a quest being played out and how the interaction kind of goes. We've seen little snippets and stuff, but we haven't seen like what we have in Fallout 4, where we've seen some long gameplay and like before, and then when they kind of done a bunch of cuts and stuff a little bit here and there, but we saw a bunch of gameplay and sort of quests and stuff, and it just there isn't that much going. I haven't seen that, I feel like. And I rewatched the Bethesda showcase and stuff, and that was, there's a lot of cool shots and stuff, but what is it, what is it actually gonna be? What's the, what quests and stuff we've seen? Oh, you run to this place on a really, dusty planet. You've run into this shelter, an abandoned robotics factory and stuff, and you've just run around, shot a few people, looted it, and then left. It's just like, well, that's the exploration part. Is there any quests that you could pick up whilst there and stuff? And it's just, I kind of want, I want to know more. It comes back to, because it's a bit, it's still a bit. It just makes me a bit more concerned that we haven't seen enough. But hearing like from, sort of, I can't remember this YouTube channel that's big and stuff, and this dude saying, oh yeah, that apparently the game is really big and the quests are really cool and stuff like that. Like, that's great to hear, but it's, it could all just be marketing, because I feel like it's mostly marketing nowadays. Like, we've been burnt by so many games now, and it's just like, I don't really want that. And in fact, that they're coming out and saying Baldur's Gate is an anomaly in the gaming thing is a bit concerning. It's like, oh yeah, don't expect all this great stuff from us AAA people anymore. So it's a bit worrying. I'm just hoping that Starfield does a really good job in what its main themes are. not, and I hope it's, because they say like, oh yeah, it's about like, you know, 6 games combined, but I'm like, that's not good in its own way, because you don't have a clear vision, you're constantly bouncing between these kind of themes, and that could be really drained, because that means you haven't fully gone into the thing. And we can see with that with like Fallout 4, like you have the settlement system, and they were like, oh yeah, Minecraft kind of thing, but it was never enough. It wasn't like, you know, you could get, you know, settlers coming in, you get like unique quests and stuff. But like Sim Settlements mod absolutely made that amazing, the settlement system. But I feel like that's what it kind of should have been in the first place, that kind of thing. But it never materialized throughout Fallout and stuff. So I really hope that they've had a look at like the major mods on Nexus and gone, what do people really like? Okay, so in Skyrim they have the collection kind of thing. So maybe we should have a museum, and we should bring old world artifacts that you could scrounge on Earth and stuff, looking around, and you can collect them, get paid. You could even use those artifacts. You can rent them from the museum, or you can be like, hey, I want to, use them. Can we make a replica and stuff like that for the museum, kind of thing? And I think that would go so, like, with the collectathon people, it would go down so well, and it would be really, really great. And I really hope that they do something like that. And then, there's the different other quest lines that are just long and interesting, like Vigilant and stuff. Of course, that wouldn't fit into Starfield, unless you maybe, like, you get teleported to an alien planet through an alien, civilization when you finish all the stuff, and then you're like, oh god, how do I get back? Or you're interacting with this alien species and stuff, because I reckon that there's got to be something of aliens, because not coming across any intelligence in a space game seems very strange. Or if it's just going to be like, the Fermi paradox, and we're all going to be like, well, where is everyone? Are we the only life? It seems like we're only life. There's only, kind of ancient aliens, and then suddenly they return and start destroying humanity, which I think Shattered Space DLC will be. Like, you're fighting off the aliens, or all the factions break down and start killing each other for some reason, because, I don't know, some stupid reason, but, well, humanity does that sometimes, so it's, it's silly. But still, I feel like, maybe there being more than just one alien species. Maybe, there is one overall hostile alien species, and then these other refugee species come through and give you intelligence and stuff about, like, alright, how, we've been holding them off by doing this, this, and this. Maybe if we put our efforts together, we can take out these people with... And then you've got to sort of amend the factions, like the Freestar Collective and the United Colonies, make the peace treaty a little bit more stronger, maybe even having a little bit more interactions with each other, so the more not offstandish with each other, but the more connected, and be like, yeah, we're in this, we're united, we're going to take them, we're going to take this alien bastard down, kind of thing, and sort of create a unity, I guess. Or you can sabotage it all and mess it all up, and you did it for the aliens, and they end up sort of winning, and you end up kind of being like a god amongst their species of some sort, or like, hey, this ultimate human warrior, he is a friend of us, so don't hurt him, kind of thing, maybe. Or like, he's free to explore and collect all this stuff, and then you become and then you're hostile to the rest of the Freestar Collective's remnants and the United Colonies and all the other peoples that are left over from being annihilated. So it'll be interesting to see. I don't know how you would pull that off personally, but still, it's like, I hope the story is not generic. I hope it's unique. I hope that you've looked at a lot of media and kind of gone, hey, let's go this way with it. Let's make it this kind of thing. So, yeah. That's my kind of thoughts on it that I really wanted to sort of get out. And so I'll kind of move on to how I'm going to play the game. I think depending on who we get introduced first, depending on how the United Colonies and New Atlantis feels, to me, they're giving up a weird Brotherhood of Steel kind of thing, and but like not the Brotherhood of 3 people. You know, they're giving off more of a Brotherhood 4 kind of people. You know, that they might want to be taking things that are not necessarily theirs and making, you know, being a little bit naughty, but in like, oh, we're doing it for the right reasons. We're the heroes, actually. Depending on how they are feeling and stuff, I might end up going with like the rebels, like the Minutemen kind of people, the Freestar Collective on is it Aquila or something like that? I think that's pretty cool. And I'm guessing I'm gonna be playing probably the most generic kind of character, the sort of gun wielding, smooth talking kind of person, I think. And I'm probably not gonna choose violence unless it's absolutely necessary, and trying to be the quote-unquote good guy, but I might have a little bit of rapscallion about it kind of thing, like, you know, like I'm doing in Baldur's Gate. There's a bit of rapscallion. I'm a noble knight kind of thing, but at the same time, I think having a little bit of charisma, we'll call it, would be great. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of playing. I'm anticipating that, you know, it will be a fairly... I really do hope we get, you know, some words at the beginning explaining the setting and what's going on, kind of thing. Oh, in the year 2332 or some whatever, or whatever year it's in, we have a little bit of, you know, information, and instead of it just being, there you go, you dropped in the world, and because that's kind of overwhelming sometimes. Whereas the thing like with Mass Effect, it was, you know, okay, so they made this technology and stuff. Oh, we're a part of this alliance people. It's just like, yeah, it's more easier on the mind, I guess, to fully get in and go with the flow. I always found like Skyrim and Fallout a bit, well, not Fallout 4, Fallout 3, when you're just in the middle of the wasteland, you're like, where the hell do I go, kind of thing, and then you got like a map guide to Megaton. But even then, I remember my first playthrough of that, I was like, just walking around, never found Megaton, because I had no idea how to use things. I was very young, but I just ran around, I ended up getting shot by people, and then I was like, oh, what's the point in this? I die when all my health bar, because I was coming off of Fable, that's why. So I was like, oh, when your health bar goes, you just die. So, okay, I don't like that. Then you reload. I'm going to go back to Fable kind of thing. But then I grew up, and I was like, Fallout 3 is amazing. I love it so much. So, yeah. And then Vegas came out, which is amazing. But, yeah, that's sort of what I've been thinking about. And, yeah, it's a very messy, unscripted video with cuts here and there. But I just wanted to talk about Starfield, sort of my concerns again, because I have been stewing on it quite a bit. And I did have my thoughts like a month before launch, and now we're very close to the launch, and I'm still, you know, I mean, it's only 24 days away now to the early access kind of thing, but I'm still like, they really should put something out, you know, today, and watch them put something out as soon as I post this video. So yeah, that's been my thoughts, and this has been Quest Quenchers. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.